It was a bright, sunny morning. The sun was shining through the windows. And we're suddenly moving away from the scene without really explaining anything about that. It's the next day. Dawn. Morning!
좋은 아침이에요, 마스터.
좋은 아침! 정의의 용사가 출격하기 딱 좋은 날씨야.
Okay, but where's Lance? I looked around but didn't find him.
선도위원이라서 오늘은 먼저 등교했어요.
He seems to be the discipline guide every day, so why is he not gone the other days? I see. I guess I did wake up a bit late today. Lance is so hardworking.
무슨 소리? 성실하면 바로 이 레드님이시지. 자, 이거 봐. 아침에 창문 앞에서 위기에 처해 있는 이 녀석을 내가 구조했어.
This kid?
아침부터 성실하게 맡은 바 임무를 충실히 수행했단 말씀이지. 역시 나는 용사로서의 자격이 충분해.
Red held out a black thing in his hand. Ah! It was hairy and had 8 legs! Red was holding on to a spider! The spider's legs were twitching in the air. I screamed and ran to the living room.
마스터, 그렇게 뛰시면 위험해요.
조심해. 그러다 넘어지겠어. 아침부터 무슨 소란?
I ran without looking and ended up bumping into Yuri, who was coming out from his room. He caught me from almost falling down and hugged me. Because of the shock from the spider, I didn't care about how he was holding me.
아침 인사가 꽤 격한걸. 물론 난 마이 허니가 이렇게 적극적으로 나줘 기쁘지만 말이야.
Don't let get close to me!
아침부터 이렇게 귀여운 애교를... 체리보이, 너 지금 뭘 들고 있는 거냐?
이거? 아침에 내 방 창문에서 발견한 녀석인데 창틈에 낀 게 불쌍해서 구해준 거야. 그런데 갑자기 히로인이 소리를 지르지 뭐야?
Red shrugged his shoulders as if he didn't know why. Along with Red's hands, the spider's legs moved as well. I barely stopped myself from screaming again and shut my eyes. This is so bad for my eyes.
아무래도 마스터는 곤충이 무서운 것 같아요.
예전에 바퀴벌레가 나왔을 때도 무섭다고 방 밖으로 안 나갔잖아. 그때 인형인 우리들을 꼭 껴안고 계속 떨고 있었지. 역시 여자아이는 여자아이야.
I'm pretty sure there are guys out there who are afraid of spiders. It's just they probably don't really admit it. So thanks for being sexist, Tay.
그렇게 된 거로군.
Don't come, Red! Get that thing out of here!
이 녀석 자세히 보면 꽤 귀여운데.
Red gave me a disheartened look. But that won't work on me right now! I was about to scream again when Yuri held on to me tighter. At his touch, I came back to my senses and realized he was completely hugging me. I was startled by the light realization and my face turned red.
벌레를 무서워하다니 그런 허니가 귀엽긴 하지만 이 이상의 자극은 좀 자제해주지 않겠어?
Oh, Yuri. You're easily stimulated then. My body stiffened at his sneaky smile. I think it's not your body getting stiff, Eri.
아침부터 이런 자극은 남자에겐 좀 가혹하거든.
Yuri grinned and whispered again.
아니면 아침부터 바라는 거야?
At the whisper tickling my ear, I felt goosebumps creep up my whole body. What are you talking about? I yelled and backed away. I was already flustered from the spider, but Yuri took the chance to fool around again. Yuri looked disappointed as I pushed him away. You have such a dirty mouth. Thanks anyway. I came back to my senses thanks to you. That wasn't a very dirty mouth. I mean, it's not like he was asking if he wanted to ride his cock right away. He was merely asking if he wanted it. And it can mean a lot of things. I glared at Yuri and turned my back. As soon as I turned around, I saw Red still holding onto the spider. I broke out in cold sweat and pointed at the door. And Red, please take that outside. I'm begging you.
히로인이 싫다면 그렇게 할게. 난 좋아할 줄 알았는데.
Red pouted and headed towards the door. I finally breathed. I think my heart is still pounding.
이제 좀 진정이 됐어? 자, 이거 마셔.
Tay handed me a steaming cup of tea. My hands were still trembling as I took the cup. Thanks. How could he have a spider on his hands? Just talking about it made me shiver. Tay smiled to see me like that. It's so adorable to see you trembling in fear and disgust. I felt myself calm down at his smile. But Tay soon hardened his face and said in a serious voice,
그래도 거미는 사람에게 해를 끼치는 곤충은 아니야. 사람에게 해를 끼치는 건 사람인 경우가 많아.
Let's not get into a discussion about something like that here on the breakfast table, okay? I can talk circles around you.
왜 내 쪽을 보고 말하는 거야? 꼭 내가 해를 끼치기라도 한단 말 같은데?
어? 눈치챘어? 이런, 나는 네가 못 알아들을 줄 알았는데.
헤이,
Yuri glared at Tay. Tay smiled in response.
그렇게 노려볼 것 없어. 사실이잖아.
사실이라니. 내가 언제 해를 끼쳤단 거야?
잊은 건 아니겠지? 리무진 사건 말이야. 어제 하루 종일 그 이야기로 아카데미가 얼마나 떠들썩했는지 알기나 해? 급해서 횡설수설 둘러댄 내 탓도 있지만 진짜 잘못한 사람이 누군지 정도는 너도 알고 있겠지?
Yeah, as said before, it's Aries for not actually being confident in getting out of the car, period. I think I know what Tay is talking about. I think we all do. He's talking about that maid thing, right? Yeah, Tay, couldn't you come up with not the second dumbest excuse in the history of romance comms? The worst being, of course, what I said, the, little sister excuse, but jeez. A maid. You're an idiot.
물론 나쁜 쪽으로 본다면 그렇겠지. 하지만 분명히 좋은 점도 있었다고 생각하는데.
Yuri shrugged his shoulders.
이제 당당히 같이 다닐 수 있게 되었으니 얼마나 좋아. 달링도 지금이 훨씬 편하지? 아, 이참에 정말로 메이드복을 입어보는 건 어때? 분명히 엄청 귀여울 거야.
It's impossible to have a serious conversation with Yuri. He's smiling as if he was really imagining me in a maid uniform. I'm sure if I go online and actually look up Yuri, Nameless, Eri, maid, I'm probably gonna find, video footage of that scene, but I'm sure I'm gonna find some fan art of you in maid uniform. It's not that difficult. It almost made me proud to see him be so positive regardless of the situation. I was letting out a huge sigh, but Tay actually seemed pissed.
선생 일을 그만두고 싶은 게 아니라면 거기까지 하지 그래? 네 덕분에 오너가 더 불편해졌다는 걸 정말 몰라? 전교생한테서 곱지 않은 시선을 받게 됐단 말이야.
Oh no, the whole school doesn't like me? You mean a huge place filled with hundreds of students where I only meet about, oh, say, 30 a day, and who really interact with me, they don't like me? People who I'm probably not gonna see once I graduate? Oh, that is so upsetting. Seriously, what do I fucking care if the school doesn't like me? Doesn't matter. They're not doing anything. He must really be mad to scold him like that. He always smiled and gently told people off. I've never seen him like this.
유리, 넌 네 행동으로 인해서 상대방이 어떤 상황에 처할지를 생각하지 않는 것 같아. 그게 너의 최대 단점이라는 거 알고 있어?
어여쁜 숙녀에게 귀여운 옷을 추천하는 게 뭐가 그렇게 잘못이지? 그리고 여기에 피해를 보는 사람이 어디 있다는 거야? 너야말로 항상 주변 눈치를 보면서 그렇게 속물을 미소만 짓는 건 그만두시지. 내가 모를 거라고 생각하는 건 아니지? 너 그렇게 사는 거 피곤하지 않냐?
I was gonna say something similar, like Tay is not all that flawless himself. At Yuri's words, Tay closed his eyes. This isn't good.
아, 두 사람 다 왜 그래요?
Oh, don't worry, Yano, they're just having some dick measuring going on here. I'm so glad that from what I've read this doesn't occur on your route because there's no dick measuring going on there between the two roommates, since you don't have one. Yeah, calm down. I knew from the beginning that they didn't get along very well, but I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't even notice the tea getting cold and peered at both of them. They were still glaring at each other.
그래 맞아. 너네 갑자기 왜 그래? 오늘 재수없는 은발머리 녀석도 없어서 모처럼 기분 좋게 등교할까 했는데. 너네 진짜로 싸우는 건 아니지?
At Red's word, Tay let out a sigh. I think he didn't want to make things more awkward.
됐어. 아무튼 아카데미에서는 되도록 오너에게 접근하지 마. 오너를 정말로 생각한다면 말이야.
Fine, you stay away from me too, Tay. Also Yano and Lance, and preferably Red. Just so that nothing happens to me.
너한테 충고받고 싶진 않군. 그리고 마이 허니에게 다가가는 건 불가항력이야. 거미만 보고도 이렇게 무서워하는데 어떻게 내가 그냥 지나칠 수 있겠어?
Yuri looked at me and winked. I shook my head. Yuri's gaze fixed at the teacup in my hand.
이 향은 그때 그 차인가?
Oh. Yuri changed the subject. Come to think of it, I've made this tea for Yuri once. Thanks to him changing the subject, the air loosened up. You know, it's so nice that this game, despite having some translation issues and typos, knows the difference between lose and loose. It's lovely. I've seen that mistakes done so many times lately, it bugs me. I took the chance and started talking about the tea. Oh, you remember? I made this for you before.
그렇군. 어쩐지 익숙한 향이라고 생각했지. 맞아, 시크릿 가든이란 이름이었지? 언제 맡아도 정말 좋은 향기야.
Yuri leaned close to smell the scent better. I missed a chance to back away, but Tay's voice stopped Yuri.
유리, 네가 시크릿 가든을 어떻게 알고 있지?
그러는 너도 알고 있단 말투네.
그야 당연하지. 이건 반줄에서 내가 가져온 차니까. 점장님께서 특별히 나눠주신 거라고.
Tay frowned a bit.
아, 그때도 마이 허니가 반줄에서 사왔다고 했었지.
Yuri sounded a bit disappointed and backed away. But he sparkled his eyes again soon and talked to me.
뭐 그건 넘어가고 그것보다 이걸 보니까 생각이 났어. 기억나? 그때 달링이 차를 대접해줬을 때 내가 분명히 답례를 하겠다고 했지. 오늘 어때? 둘이 밖에 나가서 데이트하자.
You're asking me out on a date on a school day? When it's not even a shortened school day? Sure. Let's skip school and work and go have a date.
내가 근사한 장소로 모실게. 너와 꼭 가보고 싶은 곳이 있어. 어때?
Yuri grinned. Is he serious? I had no way to tell if he was being serious or if he's just joking around again. He was giving me the same smile he always gives when he makes fun of me.
히로인을 이상한 곳으로 데려가려는 건 아니지? 내 마음속 정의의 목소리가 위험하다고 말하는 것 같은데.
I guess no one believes in Yuri anymore. They believed in him to begin with.
그리고 말이지, 세상 모든 여자가 네 데이트 신청에 넘어올 거라고 생각한다면 그건 착각이라고. 히로인은 자기 주장이 강한 여자니까 말이야.
Yes, I do, Red. My opinion right now? Shut up and eat. This is my battle. Don't butt in. You can butt in when I'm on your route. Red nodded at his own words. I guess Red must see me as that kind of person. The kind of person who has her own opinions, or the one who doesn't have her own opinions and needs other people to fight her battles for her. The former can be seen as a compliment, the latter is more like a really mean insult. But Yuri shook his head.
설마 그럴 리가. 레이디들은 언제나 날 환영해. 뮤즈의 걸작인 나에게 아름다운 레이디들이 관심을 보이는 건 당연한 이치야. 어젯밤에도 뮤즈의 인도에 따라 아름다운 레이디들과 황홀한 데이트를 즐기고 왔단 말씀이야.
I see. I wondered where he went every night. He was busy dating, huh? I don't feel so good. Why do I feel like I've been tricked? I can't help but frown at imagining Yuri was a strange woman.
뭐 너같이 특이한 창조물은 이해하지 못하겠지만
뭐, 창조? 뭐라는 거야? 야, 옐로우, 지금 저 말 나 욕한 거야?
아하하하, 글쎄요.
그래서 달링, 대답은 당연히 같이 갈 거지?
Contrary to what you might probably be thinking, we have to say no. And yeah, I said before that there was a scene in Act 1 that kept tripping me up to get onto Yuri's route, which is wrong. It was at this point. But a point that really always tripped me up repeatedly is later in the video. But yeah, we have to say we won't go because we're annoyed and jealous right now. No, I won't. I have something to do. I replied coldly on purpose. Actually, there's nothing I have to do. It's not a big deal to hang out with him, but I didn't like him for some reason. It pisses me off that he came late last night dating another girl. I severely hope he was not dating a girl. That could get him into legal trouble. He didn't even answer when I asked him yesterday. I had no desire to go somewhere with him. I felt twisted for no reason.
거봐, 히로인은 자기 주장이 강한 여자라고.
I told you to shut up and eat, Red. But I don't think Red's complimenting me for some reason.
어? 아, 갑자기 왜? 그러지 말고 같이 가자. 내가 절대 잊지 못할 날로 만들어줄게.
Well, that's very nice and a very sweet thing to say, Yuri, but I think Nameless has a thing to say about the can't forget part. I'm sure he would make me forget, even if you say it's one that I can't forget. No, it's fine. You can spend those days with other girls. He looked at me silently for a while and soon shrugged his shoulders.
오늘따라 마이허니가 까칠한걸? 뭐 좋아. 여자의 마음은 하루에도 12번씩 바뀌는 법이지. 나랑 데이트가 하고 싶어지면 언제든 연락해. 난 항상 준비 완료 상태니까.
Yuri blew out a kiss. He is always so insincere. Seeing him give up so easily, he mustn't have been serious just now. Or he's just good at not letting his disappointment show too much. I couldn't help but sigh to see him like that.
그나저나 내 생각에는 리무진을 계속 타는 건 네 평판에 좋지 않을 거라고 생각되는데. 네 생각은 어때?
I think you're full of shit. As Yuri said, I've already been outed, so to say. And really, what's the point? Both ways are gonna be hell, so to speak, and I'd rather go into the limousine anyway. Oh,
리무진 탈 마음이 아직도 있어?
yes. Is it because of the rumor that I'm a maid? No, it's because Tay's actually thinking of, hacking up the back seat so that only 5 people can fit in the limousine along with the driver.
응.
Tay looked really sorry. The person who should really be apologizing was indifferently eating his breakfast over there. No, you should be apologizing, Yuri. God, shut up.
있지. 사실 나도 그 메이드라는 말 되게 기분 나빠. 애들이 자꾸 그 얘기를 하면서 실실 웃는데 굉장히 기분 나빠. 메이드가 정확히 뭔지는 모르겠지만 난 네가 그런 식으로 사람들에게 웃음거리가 되는 건 싫어.
Oh my god, Red doesn't know what a maid is. You're based on action hero shows. You watch action hero shows. I'm sure they are known, or at least have done it before, to have a battle maid. Or a maid for the heroes who takes care of the household or something and then kicks ass herself. It's not that difficult of a concept to understand. Red... Red stared at Yuri far away. Did Yuri move away? After feeling the looks, Yuri tried to say something but stopped. He held up his fork to toss around a salad.
그리고 널 그런 놀림거리로 만든 유리 녀석한테 화가 나.
Yuri must have heard what Red said, but he ignored it. He just kept on eating. This unusual scene bothered me. And you're not telling everybody else to shut up because... I admit, this is a scene that I just don't like in Yuri's route. Everyone's ganging up on him. Sure, he made a mistake, but so did Tay, and hey, Tay apologized. Let's immediately forgive him. No, Tay, you go to school. You go to the academy. Get into the aula. Get onto a mic and say, she's not a maid, and if anybody else calls her a maid, and I will know about it, I'm gonna throw you out the window. You make sure that you get rid of the maid thing. You don't blame Yuri on you having to do something. Okay? So, you gonna say anything, Yuri?
마스터, 그럼 이제 마스터는 혼자 따로 가실 건가요?
But Tay won't let me. When I tried to go to school on my own on his route, he says I can't because I can't do anything on my own. I didn't want the rest to worry because of me. I decided, I'll just take the limo as always.
정말이야?
I already decided. Stop trying to question my opinion. Yeah, it happened already. And besides, as Yuri says, I don't have to sneak around anymore. The bus or the limousine, the crowd's basically the same. And I'll feel like I'm running away if I back out now. Yeah, you get out that limousine and you stand proudly and flip off the bitches who dare to think that you shouldn't be there. Tay let out a long sigh.
그래, 알았어. 네 생각이 그렇다면 나도 존중할게. 대신 무슨 일이 있을지도 모르니까 우리가 당분간은 옆에서 지켜줄게. 그 정도는 해도 되지?
No, it won't. If I keep hanging around you guys, the girls are gonna be even more jealous and then something is really gonna happen. Your desire to protect me is putting me more in danger. Although technically this is before your roots, so obviously you didn't learn that message.
말 한 번 잘 꺼냈어, 총사령관. 히로인을 지키는 일이라면 나한테 맡겨. 히로인, 나만 믿어. 이 정의의 용사가 있는 한 악의 무리가 널 괴롭히는 일은 없을 거야.
Oh god. Do you realize that the evil you're talking about is your fans? Completely ignorant of that, Red clenched his fist towards Yuri. Yuri finished his salad just in time.
다 먹었군. 이제 나가볼까?
저 마스터 도움이 될지 모르겠지만 저도 마스터 옆에 있을게요. 그러니까 걱정 마세요.
Thanks, Yano. I stroked his hair. Yano closed his eyes like a baby rabbit. Oh, he's just so adorable! Yeah, what's done is done. Don't they say, enjoy the pain you can't avoid? Is that honestly a proverb? I haven't heard it before. It won't matter whether people call me a maid or a housekeeper. I'll feel better seeing them all worry about me. I feel like everything will be fine, just by having the boys by my side. It was time to go to school again. The kids gathered in front of the gate, saw the limo, and jumped close one by one. It was pretty dangerous, but they were fearless. Thanks to that, it was pretty hard to park the car. How do you know if they're looking at you? We have tinted glasses. Well, tinted windows to be precise. Oh, glass, yeah.
유리 선생님, 오늘 시간 있으세요?
Outside the window, I saw the same scene I saw yesterday morning. The desperate girls seemed to have brought tools, too. I saw colorful banners with the boys' name written on them. They're very energetic.
그러네. 다들 힘이 넘쳐.
The problem is, they are too fierce. I gazed out the window like Tay. Yuri, who didn't say anything while driving, asked,
오늘은 누가 먼저 내릴래?
Now, we could do this, but it's not the appropriate thing to pick in order to continue Yuri's route. So, we're gonna hide behind the big, strong boys who protect us.
제가 먼저 내릴게요.
Yano said in a small voice and raised his hand. Hey, why aren't the older ones getting out first? Tay? Red? It felt like we were committing a crime. He was way down the last time he got out first. I'm worried. I remembered Yano almost fainting when he arrived at the classroom. I gathered my bag and got up. I'll go out first. It was my turn to give back, and I couldn't let them sacrifice themselves again. I boldly grabbed the handle.
안 돼, 잠깐만.
Tay laid his hand on mine and stopped me. Yuri kept the doors locked and just stared at me. I don't know about limousines, but wouldn't there be a way to open the doors? You know, isn't there a handle to pick up or something? It's fine! What can happen? You could be trampled to death, you could be stabbed with one of the poles holding the banners of the boys' names. Your clothes could be ripped off.
아니야, 내가 먼저 내릴게.
What? But
총사령관! 그렇다면 나도 총사령관과 함께 내리겠어.
고작 차에서 내리는 걸 가지고 뭐 그렇게 시끄러워.
hey, I'm wondering that myself. Why are you all making a fuss about this? Just get out the car and open an umbrella and fling it at the people who are trying to get too close. Or, I don't know, attach a cow catcher or something to the limousine and plow them out of the way. That'll teach them. Well, it won't. At that moment, the door clicked and Yuri went out. We heard the girls yell out loudly, Mr. Yuri! Huh? Yuri's going out first today? By the way, I'm wondering who is locking up the limousine after? I mean, if Yuri is always the last one to go out, or second to last, not counting Eri, does she lock the doors? Or is it one that you can lock from hundreds of meters away? I looked at him through the window. He walked towards the limousine with a hardened face. Hmm? He's walking towards the door? The door I was about to open opened itself from the outside. The outside air flooded through the car.
내리시죠.
Oh my god.
누구야, 누구?
I see a very, very familiar scene happening here. And I saw responses not so different from the ones I saw then. I heard someone whom I guessed to be Tay letting out a deep sigh. I couldn't stay put like this, so I nervously got out of the car.
뭐야? 쟤는 어제 그 메이드잖아.
Wait, you're saying Tay, who said that you'd see her driving with us a lot, was lying? Why am I surprised that someone who is said to be driving with them a lot is driving with them? Seriously, I think everyone here has memory problems.
또 유리 선생님이 문을 열어줬어.
Can I just ask what the problem with that is? I don't know, maybe it's a Korean thing or a culture difference. Do people just not open doors out of plain courtesy anymore? I know I do it. I've seen other people in Germany do it. Does opening the door for someone of the opposite gender imply sexual relations in Korea? Or is nobody supposed to open the door for anyone else just because it's polite and they have to open the door themselves? It just seems really a weird statement to focus on. Sure enough, all their gazes and whispers were directed towards me. I lowered my head and walked towards the gate. This is how today's going to start then. Yuri silently came by my side as I walked towards the gate. Thanks to that, the girls stared at us more. Don't follow me,
My honey.
Yuri whispered to me. Shh, they'll hear. What? Did he just... I think Yuri just said something, but I couldn't hear it among the screams. I turned around to see Tay in red getting off the car just in time. I think Yuri was about to say something, more like he already said something but you didn't understand it, which he just said. I heard the crowd behind us get louder. I took the chance and ran towards the classroom as fast as I could. I turned around and saw Yuri standing still where I left him. It'll be alright, right? I guess the classroom is the only place I can relax in. I can't believe I have to go through this every morning. I seriously thought of whether I should take the bus.
이제 왔어?
So I waved and came towards me. Oh hey. But why am I so tired? I want to go home already.
피곤한 너에게 나쁜 소식이 하나 있다. 아까 양호 선생님이 너보고 양호실에 오라고 하던데?
Mr. Eugene? Again? Why?
그걸 내가 어떻게 알겠어. 아무튼 명복을 빈다.
I'm going to resent you for making me the health commissioner.
그럼 내가 제안할 때 냉큼 부반장 자리를 낚아챘어야지. 자업자득이야.
I wonder, do you have to have some sort of position in Korean schools? Sorry, brought up the past. The infirmary from the morning. Today's just not my day.
힘내. 돌아오면 위로의 선물로 딸기 우유 하나 사줄게.
That's so nice of you. But where's Shimby? Don't you have to get that for Shimby?
아, 신비는 오늘 결석이야. 아침부터 촬영이 있대. 요즘 들어서 일이 많아진 모양이더라고. 나도 아침에 집에서나 겨우 얼굴 봤어.
Oh, okay. She must be busy modeling and taking classes.
뭐 이러니 저러니 해도 꼬박꼬박 일을 받는 것 보면 적성이 맞나 봐.
I know. I'm jealous. Oh, right, I should get going. I'll be back. If I'm late, tell the teacher for me.
오케이. 그럼 다녀오시게, 친구요. 적장에 목을 따서 돌아오도록 해. 파이팅!
Mr. Eugene's head. Just the thought of it scares me. Excuse me, Mr. Eugene? I heard you asked for me?
야, 자네 왔나? 왜 이리 늦었어?
I came as soon as I got to the classroom. Well, I was caught up with some things this morning.
네 사정 따위 내가 알 바 아니지. 일단 얼른 문 닫고 들어와. 안 그래도 요즘 베아트리체가 감기 기운이 있거든. 악화되면 큰일이야.
No wonder she got a cold. She only has bones. Wait, what am I thinking right now? I shook my head and let out a sigh. I think I'm getting weirder. Alright. I closed the door right away. But why did you call me?
일단 이거 받아. 오늘 과학 시간에 쓸 프린트물이야. 너희 과학 선생님께서 전해주라고 하시더군.
Why did the science teacher give these to you? Anyway, is this all? Then I'll be going.
잠깐 기다려. 이리 와봐.
Why?
내가 일어나서 너를 끌고 오길 바라나?
Nope, no. I'll go. He didn't say anything serious, but since it was Mr. Eugene, I felt nervous. But I decided to listen to him like a lamb.
여기, 내 앞에서. 두 손을 내밀어. 어서.
I quietly held up my hands.
자, 이걸 쥐어.
Huh? I felt something cold in my hands. I opened my hands and saw something sparkling. This is a hairpin?
좋아, 내 용건은 이걸로 끝났다. 이제 나가봐도 좋아. 아니, 이제부터 베아트리체와 오붓한 시간을 보내야 하니까 썩 나가.
I will most definitely leave immediately if you need quality time.
얼른 나가, 얼른.
Mr. Eugene pushed my back. Wait, Mr. Eugene, what is this?
보면 모르나? 70%의 금속과 30%의 플라스틱으로 이루어진 머리카락을 고정하는 물체잖아.
I mean, I know it's a hairpin, but why are you giving this to me?
전달받았다니까.
Who?
귀찮게 말이 많군.
Mr. Eugene pointed at the hairpin in my hand.
드물게 좋은 골격을 가진, 특히 네 번째 갈비뼈를 한번 꺼내보고 싶다는 생각이 드는 그 선생님을 알고 있나?
Why specifically his fourth rib bone? What?
담당은 음악이야.
That doesn't mean... Mr. Yuri?
그래, 그 선생님에게 부탁받았어. 내가 널 불러서 프린트물을 전달할 걸 어떻게 알았는진 모르겠지만 말이야. 자기가 직접 전해주고 싶지만 하루 종일 바쁘다며 나에게 대신 부탁했지. 귀찮아서 처음엔 거절했지만 베아트리체 전용 스카프를 함께 받는 바람에 어쩔 수 없이 부탁을 거절할 수가 없었다. 이제 됐지? 더 이상 방해 말고 어서 나가.
So he gave you a scarf for Beatrice. That means you do put sort of clothes on her. So if she's so cold and, has a cold, wouldn't you put clothes on her? Or would that make you not fall in love with her more because you can't see her bones? What? Why did you... Mr. Yuri suddenly give his hairpin?
시끄러워. 나도 몰라. 더는 묻지 말고 나가.
Mr. Eugene, stop pushing! In the end, Mr. Eugene pushed me out of the infirmary. I stood in the hallway and just looked at the hairpin. Why did he suddenly give this to me? I remember Yuri quietly eating his breakfast this morning. I didn't even say bye to him properly. But really, why a hairpin all of a sudden?
앞머리가 이렇게 늘 내려와 있으니까 예쁜 얼굴이 안 보이는 거야.
God forbid you get your bangs cut? Then again, I consider getting a haircut a luxury and can't afford it more than like once or twice a year, so maybe she doesn't have the money for it. Was he thinking about that? As I spaced out in the middle of the hallway, kids passing by stared at me. Oops. If I stay like this, they'll call me something worse than a maid. I should at least stop that from happening. I hurried to the classroom. After boring math class came sweet recess. I got ready for the next class after, so I went out to get strawberry milk. Let's see, I think I have to move classrooms next class. Oh, it's music. I remembered the hairpin Yuri gave me. It's been bothering me the whole day. I felt iffy having it, not knowing the motive behind it. And he could have just given it to me himself. Why did he give it to Mr. Eugene? 'Cause the last time he gave you a gift, you refused it? Does that ring a bell? Do you think that could be an explanation?
네가 메이드라고 불리는 애니?
I was spacing out and thinking about this and that when someone tapped me. Huh? Me? I gathered my senses and turned around. Everyone else already went out. I was the only one in the classroom, except for some girls who are obviously talking to me right now. I've never seen them before. Who are they? Well, if they're wearing your school uniform, they obviously are schoolmates. I was confused at seeing the strange faces when one of them started talking. Oh god, they also talk.
그래, 그 표정을 보아하니 네가 맞나 보구나.
I think they're in the same grade, seeing the name tags. But what's up? Do you have something you want to say to me?
뭐야, 별것도 아니잖아? 그러게, 정말 평범하네.
The girls scanned me from head to toe. I could tell they were intentionally trying to pick me apart. They soon whispered to themselves and smirked. I feel bad.
유리 선생님의 메이드라길래 어떤 아이일까 궁금했는데 이건 뭐 손보다도 더 평범하잖아.
Okay, I have to ask again. Why are you so concerned about the maid thing? It's not like she was introduced as Yuri's wife, girlfriend, fuck buddy, or anything like that. She's the maid! Why do you think you have to compare yourself to a maid? And I'm pretty sure this isn't a Korean translation issue because you can hear them saying maid in English. Unless maid, the English word, means something different in Korea. I'm not sure. If it was probably said, she's my live-in girlfriend, I could see needing to compare yourself to see what does she have that I don't. But the maid? This just shows that this plot device for Yuri's route was horribly thought out. Not just in universe. I mean really by the writers.
그래도 와보길 잘한 것 같아. 안심이 돼.
Will you feel safe when I throw you out the window there?
그러게. 얘들아, 가자.
They came to talk to me first, but they just turned away without explaining anything. Feeling safe? I don't know what they were talking about, but I didn't feel good about it. No, actually, it felt really bad. What was that just now?
방금 누구야?
Soy.
방금 왔다 간 애들 너랑 얘기한 거지? 처음 보는 애들인데?
I think they said something weird.
이상한 말이라니?
I told Soy what the girls said. It was about them feeling safe after seeing me. After Soy heard that, her expression hardened, and she glared towards the direction the girls disappeared in.
얄미운 것들.
What were they doing?
뭐긴 뭐야. 네가 경쟁자인지 아닌지 확인하러 온 거겠지.
That's ridiculous!
뭐 너무 걱정할 거 없어 친구. 이런 일은 어차피 시간이 지나야 해결되는 거니까. 그러다가 만약에 시간이 지나도 해결이 안 되면 나처럼 상냥하고 정중하게 화장실로 불러내서 손으로 대화하는 방법도 있고 말이야.
I love you, Soy. We would get along so well. Soy winked. Soy had a natural talent of saying scary things with a sweet face. It was scary, but I was glad since she seemed to worry about me. But anyway, isn't that how people justify violence?
폭력이라니. 손으로 대화하는 거라니까. 아, 다음 시간 음악이지? 가정부 아줌마, 너희 고용주가 기다리고 있어.
I told you to not call me that.
아, 그래. 나도 그만둬야겠다. 네가 그런 일까지 겪었는데. 에이, 잊어버려.
You know, if you were such good friends, you'd know that she's always saying it jokingly and it wouldn't bother you. I felt much better after seeing Soy laugh it off. If it weren't for Soy, I wouldn't have been able to tell anyone. Not even the boys when you came home. No matter how much I hate it, as a student, I have to follow the timetable. Teachers have to do it too. They also have a timetable. I headed to the music room with heavy steps. I felt like I had a 10-ton iron chain tied to my legs. Even in my seat, I felt like I was sitting on a bed of thorns the whole time. Yuri was wearing an elegant black suit. The suit fit his lean arms and legs perfectly. It really was an awe-inspiring look. He is really handsome. The problem's that he's black on the inside. The hairpin Yuri gave me was in my uniform jacket. I unconsciously put my hand in my pocket and fidgeted with the hairpin. Hairpin. I don't think hairpin is any good. Why in the world did he give me this? Is this another part of those moves he makes on girls all the time?
자, 그럼 수업을 시작하도록 하지. 모두 주목.
That's not a black suit. The narration lied to me. I felt like I caught his eyes when I raised my head. And at that moment, Yuri's lips flinched a bit for some reason. I think he wants to say something. But Yuri soon turned his head to the blackboard, so I couldn't see his face. Did I see it wrong? Yuri cleared his throat and started class.
음악은 사람의 마음을 풍요롭게 하는 매력적인 마법이다. 음악을 들을수록 사람의 마음은 깊고 넓어지게 되지.
Yuri was serious today for some reason.
그리고 어느 순간 그 음악에 빠져 사람들은 자신도 모르게 멜로디에 매료되어 스스로에게 체면을 걸게 되는 법. 위풍당당 행진곡을 들으면 이 세상에서 가장 용감한 군인이, 세레나데를 들으면 이 세상에서 가장 달콤한 사랑에 빠진 듯한 느낌이 들지. 그렇기 때문에 난 음악으로 사람의 마음을 지배할 수 있다고 믿고 있다.
Words can also control a person's mind. It doesn't have to involve music at all. Yuri continued with a serious face. He was actually acting like a teacher this time. It was so unfamiliar and odd that I ended up focusing during the whole class.
음악의 매력은 이뿐만이 아니야. 사람에게 부족한 감성을 채워주는 것에는 음악만한 것이 없지. 하지만 음악에 있어 한 가지 단점은 바로 직접 체험해야만 알 수 있다는 거야. 교과서에 나온 글만 가지고는 음악의 진정한 매력을 알 수 없어. 그런 의미로 이번 학력평가는 필기시험과 함께 체험형 실습을 병행하도록 하겠다. 연주회, 콘서트, 아무 장르라도 좋아. 음악 공연을 보고 와서 티켓을 제출하는 사람에게는 중간고사 때 특별히 가산점을 주도록 하지.
An assignment where you hand in a ticket? The last music teacher made us sing or write music sheets. This was a bit fresh. Other students looked interested too.
이건 너희뿐만 아니라 전학년 공통사항이다. 체험을 통해 견문을 넓히자는 취지의 프로그램이지. 이미 교장 선생님께도 허락을 맡아놨다. 이에 관해 질문이 있다면 나에게 따로 면담을 신청하도록. 물론 사랑스러운 여자아이와의 면담은 언제든지 환영이다.
I have a few questions. Number one, do I have to go to a concert or anything like that? Can't I just listen to music on my MP3 player, which I tend to do for at least 2 hours a day anyway when I'm going outside? Or listening to it on my computer, depends on where I am. Second, I could just buy a ticket and not go, but still hand you the ticket. How do you know if I was there? Third, yeah, those are actually the main 2 questions I have about this assignment. There are a lot of loopholes I can use to abuse this. Yuri winked towards the girls. The girls stared. Those are easily excitable girls. I feel like I want to throw something. Should I just report him? I thought he was being a serious teacher for once.
자, 그러면 오늘의 본격적인 수업을 시작하겠다. 이런. 오늘 소개할 악보와 자료들을 안 가져왔군. 반장.
네?
At Yuri's words, Soy raised her hand and stood up in a flash. Her eyes sparkled.
교무실에 신부름 좀 갖다 줄래? 라고 부탁하고 싶지만 귀여운 여자아이가 들기에는 좀 많은데. 다시 자리에 앉아.
At Yuri's words, Soy sat down, looking disappointed. Yuri stroked his chin as if contemplating.
어디 보자. 필요 없는 사내 녀석들이나 좀 시켜볼까?
그런 식의 남녀 차별은 반대합니다. 그리고 선생님, 저희 반에는 선생님 전속 메이드도 있잖아요.
And I'll make sure I throw that little repercussion from the drum set up your rectum. A boy raised his hand and complained. Suddenly the whole class looked at me. I couldn't do anything and just sat there breaking out in a cold sweat.
맞아요. 원래 심부름은 메이드가 하는 거잖아요.
Far as I recall, a maid is there for cleaning the house and maybe preparing food. A housekeeper does both, obviously, and might do errands. A maid doesn't do the errands. from what I recall.
시끄러워. 내가 방금 말했잖아. 여자아이가 들기엔 무겁다고. 그리고 그 아이는 그런 심부름을 하라고 있는 아이가 아니야.
심부름을 시키려고 메이드를 쓰지 않으면 언제 쓴다는 거야?
Well, he uses me when he wants to change his clothes, so I undress him, bathe his naked body, and redress him. Other times, I go clothes shopping for him and make sure to take pictures of him in the new clothes. That's what he uses me for. Or is that me using him as a doll? Oh, it's so confusing.
유리 선생님, 그냥 메이드에게 시켜버려요.
You know, the windows look a bit stable, but I'm sure if I throw someone against them, they'll bend. You want to do that, girl, too?
글쎄, 그 아이는 심부름꾼이 아니라니까. 그런 식으로 말하는 건 삼가해줬으면 하는데.
아니라고? 그럼 뭐예요?
I own his body. That's what I do. Yuri looked annoyed. At seeing him feel uncomfortable, the girl started to stir. If he says more, the girls will misunderstand again. That is not his fault. That's the girl's fault for misunderstanding. I had to raise my hand. Mr. Yuri, I'll do it. I've been exercising a lot, so I can carry heavy things. Now everything will be fine if I just go.
안 돼요.
Yano, who was sitting still, suddenly stood up. I tried to tell him with my eyes that it's fine, but Yano couldn't see. Thanks to that, the girl started to glare more. Yano ruined everything.
여자가 혼자 들기는 무겁다고 하시잖아요. 제가 란스와 다녀오겠습니다.
Yeah, too heavy for a girl, so 2 girly boys would make up 1 proper boy, if you want to use that word, so they could be able to carry it. Lance, who was still sitting, frowned. No wonder he's pissed. He has to go run errands for Yuri all of a sudden. You're a student, he's the teacher. Don't think you're better than anything, or else, Lance, you just do your job. Ugh. He'll probably start nagging us for involving him in this.
꼬맹이는 됐고 그냥 덩치 큰 녀석들을 시킬 거야.
The kids started booing again. Oh, Yuri, just end the route early, grab the desk, and smash everyone's head in, except Yuri's, Yono's, Lance's, and Soy's. Those are the only characters worth saving. Well, maybe Lance not so much. I should decide quickly, even if it's just for Yuri. Now this is the moment that I recall in the initial route that just kept tripping me up over and over. I went through the previous scene at the breakfast table and the rest of this route so many times and kept trying different dialogue options because I was like, why do I keep getting a game over? You know, the bad ending, if you do it wrong here, is that Yuri moves away, getting a new job in the city. You don't get a CG for it, so I'm probably not going to show it. See, if you look at the two, they're pretty much identical. What's the point of giving a dialogue option that is pretty much identical? Because for one, you're gonna go get the stuff anyway. So, it seems like it's just a trick situation, I guess. But what you have to pick is that you will go. Instead of telling Yono, I'm the one who said it, you're just gonna say, I'll go, and ignore everyone. I have no idea what exactly that is supposed to do, but apparently it's the right thing to do. So we're gonna pick that. I took a step forward. Mr. Yuri, I'll just go ahead.
글쎄, 네가 갈 필요 없다니까.
I am disobeying my teacher. I rule. It's fine. I've moved skeleton models for Mr. Eugene anyway. I'll be back. I opened the classroom door and hurried out to the hallway. I no longer felt the stairs only as the door closed. I let out a huge sigh as soon as I got out of the classroom. Is it because of the girls who came to me earlier? I'm suddenly really tired. I feel troubled. I feel upset about being called the maid and getting embarrassed in front of everyone. But what's more upsetting is that I can't explain everything truthfully. And I hate that the boys are worrying about me too. The more I think about it, the more gloomy I feel. This won't do. I walked energetically on purpose. Why? They're not looking at you anymore. Thinking about it would only make me sad. Let's just finish getting those prints. This is heavier than I thought. As Yuri said, the music sheets were too heavy for a girl to carry alone. Exactly how many people are there in the class? How many music sheets do we each need? How many music sheets are these? I couldn't raise my back at all. Raise my back at... Oh, she probably means she's walking slanted forward. Okay. I thought the sentence wouldn't make any sense. So many stairs left to climb. Another set of stairs appeared in front of my eyes. Oh well.
여기서 뭐해?
I raised my head and found Tay coming down from the stairs. Tay! Whoa!
너...
When I was raising my head to look at Tay, I lost my balance. As I fell down, all the music sheets I was holding onto fluttered into the air. I'd like to imagine this being a total pratfall. Like, overly dramatic comedy sound effect and everything. The stairs and hallway were covered with paper. No. What am I going to do? You're gonna pick them up, you're gonna collect them again, and you're gonna carry them. What kind of question is that? I carefully stacked the paper left in my hands onto the side. And I crouched down on the floor and started gathering the scattered music sheets.
잠시만. 내가 할게.
I want everyone in class to see this, to see the maid doing nothing while Tay does something. I'm sure it won't backfire at all. I tried to help, but Tay stopped me every time. Yeah, they should definitely see that. They're probably gonna think, what the hell is she a maid for then, but... I felt like I was troubling him. I felt bad for Tay.
자, 여기 있어.
Thanks for putting all these heavy music sheets back into my arms. Tay was about to hand me the music sheets, but stopped.
그런데 왜 이 무거운 걸 너 혼자 들고 온 거야?
They weren't that heavy. It's fine. Actually, they were heavy, but I pretended to be fine in front of Tay.
이건 악보잖아. 설마 유리가 너한테 이런 심부름을 시킨 건 아니겠지?
No, it was peer pressure brought on by asshole classmates. I couldn't say no and just stayed quiet. Why couldn't you say no? Yuri didn't make you do it. You decided to do it because everyone was staring at you to do it. I feel like I ratted him out. Yuri didn't do this! You are an idiot, Eri!
왜 유리가 너한테 이런 걸 시켜?
He didn't. Well, he didn't make me. I mean, the situation was a bit... It's really nothing. I'm fine. But I have to go now. I'll be in trouble if I'm late. give it here. Thanks for helping.
이 무거운 걸 또 너 혼자 들고 가겠다고? 어디까지 들고 가면 돼?
Where do you think? Tay didn't hand me the sheets and just held on to them. No, it's fine. Just give it here. Weren't you going somewhere?
내일은 신경 쓰지 마. 그것보다 앞장서. 내가 옮겨줄게.
If Tay takes this to the music room for me... I felt nervous at the thought.
너 왜 그래?
What do you think is wrong, Tay? What do you think is wrong? This is all because you called me the maid, you jerk. You know what people call me these days. If they see you helping me, they'll definitely say the maid's shoving around the hot five. Which I am, of course, but they don't have to know that. Thanks for helping anyway. Now, give me the paper sheets. I'll go by myself from here.
여기서 뭐 하는 겁니까?
Now Lance approached us from where Tay was standing before. Lance? Lance was frowning like before. I don't think he has a different kind of facial expression anyway. He looked like he was in a bad mood. Again, that seems to be the norm for him. What are you doing here? Weren't you in class? Lance is supposed to be in class in the music room.
맞습니다. 다만 악보를 가지러 간 사람이 함흥차사라 알아보러 나온 겁니다. 물론 지시를 받고서 말이죠. 그 선생은 당신이 나간 뒤로 더욱 횡설수설하더군요. 덕분에 오늘도 소중한 수업 시간을 허투루 쓰게 됐습니다.
Well, it's music. It's not like it's an important subject, if you want to call it that. I enjoyed music. Except that what we were taught was never something that I found important. They never made me capable of reading notes. I don't understand them. I know what they are, but I have no idea what they mean. Oh. Yuri must have taught the class weird things without the sheets. I guess the class went rogue since it didn't return soon.
보아하니 테이가 도와준 것 같군요. 지금부턴 제가 들고 가겠습니다.
Since Lance got permission to help me, it might be okay for him to carry it. Then thanks.
그럼 제가 왜 왔다고 생각하십니까? 테이, 이리 주세요.
Tay handed the sheets to Lance.
란스.
응.
유리는 수업 중인 거야? 그래. 도와주러 와줘서 고맙다.
Tay looked at me after talking. He looked like he had a lot to say but stopped.
너무 무리하지는 마.
Yes, the maid will make sure that she doesn't do too much. Shut up.
그럼 난 가볼게. 이따 집에서 보자.
Okay, thanks. Thank God. I felt better to see him give me his usual smile. Lance helped me carry the sheets to the music room and the class continued.
이 음악은 1956년도에 작곡된 음악이지만 그 당시엔 오히려 주목을 받지 못했지.
Yuri continued the class seriously. Thanks to a serious attitude, the students listened carefully. They soon stopped paying attention to me. But they'll call me a maid for some time now. That was already previously established. I listened to the class feeling gloomy. I couldn't really focus on the lecture. Even after class, Yuri didn't say anything much. Besides, the other kids were still focusing on me. So I had to stop myself from asking about the hairpin. God forbid you wait until he's home. Or send him an SMS or Twitter him or whatever. I mean, you do have it. I should ask him when I get home. Brilliant.